Good morning boys, Cryphis here. Today I want to talk with you about something very important. But at first I need to make my... Yeah, that's... Okay, serious now, we need to talk about something very important. The top 5, in my opinion, how Blizzard ruined our classic World of Warcraft experience. Place number 1. Queues and server issues. We all remember the first 2 days in which we barely were able to play the game. I were in queue, without a joke, 100,000. I believe it was 104,000, 102,000, something like that, but it was over 100,000. So I need to play for over 100,000 players to lock in the game. After a few hours, I made it, and I was happy. I thought now I can push my level. I can still try to be server first. 60. Yeah, I thought that till the first disconnect after 50 minutes played. Luckily was it around 3 AM as I made it in the game, and I were again in the queue, but the queue wasn't that bad. Just around 20,000 player where I had, so I just needed to wait 3-4 more hours until I made it in the game. It wasn't that bad at all. Now honestly, I do not understand what Blizzard even imagined. With a few PvP server, at first they had 2 PvP server, and before they released they realized, hey, this can't match, and they had 6 PvP server, which is obviously not enough. On private server alone played over 150,000 player, and all the BFA kids want to test it out since it's for free. They just need to install it and play it. Even if they crit after level 10, they have the chance to play it, and why shouldn't they just test it out? I assume at least 70% of the BFA player tried classic World of Warcraft. If they stay in the game is something else, but they wanted to try it out. Also, all the big hype about classic World of Warcraft, best MMO RPG at all times, there were many players which wanted to test it out. What did Blizzard even imagine what would happen? I have no clue, and I do not care about it. This was totally shit. 3 weeks, we are in the 3rd week right now. Am I still not able to log in the server between 3 PM and 11 PM? And I'm not even at the fullest server. All the server which were available before the release are still every day full. And to be honest, I take this kinda personal. I pay here for this game every month 13 euros, and I'm not able to play the game when I want. I need to be fast with this YouTube video and with the upload, since otherwise I can't play the game today. Otherwise I'm in the queue. Otherwise I can't play it at all, and I don't need to try, since I don't want to wait 2-3 hours until I make it in the game. And this is already the 3rd, as mentioned, the 3rd week after release. I do not want to be forced to play a computer game. I want to say, hey, I enjoy the game, I want to play now. And then do I play? If I have like a 10 minutes queue, would it not matter to me? I do not care about 10 minutes. 10 minutes is nothing. I can start a game and then go to the kitchen or toilet or whatever, prepare something in real life, clean up my room. 10 minutes is okay, but not 3 hour upwards. That's ridiculous. Okay, now my rage phase is over and we can go to the 2nd place. Raid experience. It was a bug in which a raid group received 70% of the experience which a 5-man group would receive. Therefore, imagine instead 5 people, do you have now 10 player. This means you have the double amount of damage, even a bit more, but let it be easy with the math. We have instead 5, we have 10, it's the double amount of player, double amount of damage, double amount of clear speed. Now, does this group instead of 50% receive, like this would be the half, so it's even. No, they received 70%. This means they had the double amount of damage, but received not the half, which would be 50% experience. No, they received 70%. Therefore, was it so freaking efficient to make it as a raid. And not just that they made everything faster and received more XP. No, since it's so much easier, were those raid groups also able to make it more efficient in a way in which they never die, because 10 player in a 5-man dungeon is obviously super easy, so the chance that they wipe somewhere is very low. Also, do you get penalty in experience when you kill mobs below you? And if you remember Sulfurik, do you grind in an efficient group till 52 and then can you go to BRD. If you want to go BRD earlier, is it okay? But it's not that efficient than doing ZF till 52. And now the fact is, if you kill an enemy which is one level below you, so you're level 50, you kill an enemy which is level 49, do you already get 10% lesser experience. The mobs in ZF are between 44 and 47, so with 51 do you get a huge amount of XP penalty. And now, since the dungeon is so much easier in a raid, can you do BRD earlier? You can start it with 50, this means you get lesser experience. Without a lot of talk, it was a ridiculous fast way to get experience. And it took Blizzard like 5 days to take it out of the game, while some of the players were already 60 and made it with this technique to do Molten Core, since they leveled so incredible fast. Place number 3, Demo Shout. I do not know how this is even possible, but for some reason Demo Shout was buggy and generated far more threat than usual. I assume it's like tripled the amount of threat that it generates. This means our E-tanking were super easy, which made it possible to do techniques which weren't without in the game. For example, one warrior, one heal and 3 mages, or one warlock and 2 mages to go in a spell cleave group. This would be not possible without. The warrior is not possible to keep, it's not able to keep the threat of our E group in classic without this bug. And Blizzard needed 2.5 weeks to get this bug out. Thanks Blizzard to ruin the classic experience. Place number 4, another bug, layer issues. This is the only bug where I want to protect Blizzard a bit, since it's okay if a new game comes out and there are some bugs. Layer issues. You fly to a new area and then for some reason does your mount stop to fly and you literally end up in a nowhere. But that's not the only issue. You want to leave this area, but you figure out this is not possible since the layer crashed. If you want to go in another, for example, I'm here in Iron Fork. If I want to go out, like moving to Dunmorok or however it's pronounced, am I just teleported back since I can't leave this area? I can't go in another area. If I receive a summon from a kind player which tries to help me, I will accept it, I'm on a loading screen, but I can't leave this area. So I need to stick in Iron Fork, which gives me absolutely no advantage since I can't get experience here in this area or do some dungeons or something else. What do I need to do? Log out, log in, and be in a queue again. That's so cool. No, it's not. Okay, now do we come to the last place, and this is something that I cannot understand since it's so easy to fix layers. In my opinion, layers were very cool in the first days, since there were so many players in the game, many weren't able to log in, and in other words, layer made it possible that player could spread out in between the levels, so they were splitted a bit, and not like 100,000 players on a server were on the same level and needed to grind in the same areas. In the first days, I think, in my opinion, layers were a huge asset. But after a week, I don't know, I couldn't play so much in the first days. I played the first 2 days my hunter until I understood that I can't keep up with the high level player anymore since I couldn't play the game. In 2 days I had like 7 hours played, even as I tried the whole time to log in. And then I will to my warrior, and at around level 40, where already alone in areas, I barely saw any other player at level 40. As said, I leveled very slow comparable to other players. There were over 500 players online which were on a higher level. And in my area were just no one. Every 10 minutes I saw another player. This is not classic for me. This is not the classic experience that I know from private server or that I know back in the days. Since the good thing, the awesome thing why I love classic World of Warcraft is that there's so many players that it feels like you are not alone. but I felt the WoW level process alone. If you check out here Ironforge, it's like the capital city of the Alliance. You see here no one. This city is kinda empty, and now it's already far better than a few days ago. Many players are already on the maximum level after 3 weeks. And so here are a few, at least. A few days ago here were like no one, literally no one. In my opinion, this totally kills the classic experience that I remember back in the days or from private server. I'm rather in an area in which I can't kill all the time enemies, in which I have to wait for some respawn, quest mobs, escort quests, have a talk with other player, be mad about his game mechanics, whatever. That was fun. So I needed to interact with other player. I socialized in game. Right now I'm just socializing with my stream or with my guild, since there are no other players in my area while leveling. There was just no one which I could invite in a group or something. Also, Lair makes it possible that you can just easily ask in the world chat if for a layer switch. So your quest mob was dead. Hey, could you please get a layer invite? Some random dude invited you and you were able to kill the quest mob in another layer. This is annoying. This is not classic World of Warcraft. Holy shit. Also, on Guru-Crawler, there are devil saurians and you need to kill them and skin them to be able to craft the devil saurian set for rogues, warriors and hunters, which is pre-bis, and for some of those classes even bis till BWL. So those items are very important, and there is a Mafia going on. Honestly, there would be a Mafia which camps every other player so that just one guild or one big troop is able to skin them. But right now there can't be a Mafia since you just layer switch. I'm not sure how many layers are there. I believe there are like 5. At least this is what I tested out. Till 5 I tested out since I couldn't get my quest mob, so I jumped in 5 different layers until I got my quest mob. I'm not sure if it was 5 or 6, something like that. So there are far more devil saurian in the moment in the game, means that more player get the devil saurian leader already, which means it's not worth to do Mafia things over there. So another thing which is totally classic is Ruined. So in conclusion, the ranking would be on top 5, the bug with the demo shout, which made it possible that AoE mages and a tank could do AoE grinding in dungeons. Top 4, layer issues, that sometimes crashes your layer and you are forced to log out to relog and stay in the queue again. Top 3, the bug with the raid experience, in which you received more experience than you should in a raiding party when you raid a dungeon. Top 2, that there are still layers in the game. I want to socialize in the game. I'm playing in the world of Warcraft and not solo campaign Warcraft. Top 1, unstable server, which they fixed after the 2nd day, and queues. As already mentioned, it's the 3rd week right now and I'm still not able to play the game when I want. Also, I'm 60, I have my prebus, I want to play on another server as well with some friends, but I can't. I'm every morning forced to make a decision. Do I want to play with my main or do I want to play on the other char? Since I can't just log out and go to another server, since otherwise I would be in a queue. Okay guys, that were my top 5 in which Blizzard ruined the classic World of Warcraft experience. Write now in the comments which order you think is the best, in which the first place is the worst thing what Blizzard did and the 5th place is the opposite. And if you think Blizzard did also something else which is very bad, write it also in the comments. Thanks for watching, throw me a follow, throw me a like if you enjoyed everything what we were talking about and you enjoyed my cool hairs, boys! And we see each other in the next video. Peace!